Hello, 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 and good afternoon, everyone. I'm Aaron Blumenthal, Director of Global Platform at 500 Startups, and I want to thank you for tuning in to our Global Launch Batch 1 Demo Day. We're glad you could come. Now, over the course of these past 16 weeks, during the height of the pandemic last year, I might add, these startups developed go-to-market strategies through this unique market access program designed to expand into the US and Singaporean markets. The startups are building solutions and technologies across a wide range of industries, from enterprise solutions to hospitality and retail technology. The graduates of the program will be sharing more about their products and the services following the pitches that they've prepared just for you today. And should you be interested in getting in touch, be sure to note their names and approach them in the virtual networking session to follow. Now, the details of the next session will be shared at the end of the presentation segment. But before we start, I would also like to thank our network partners, Osum and Hubspot, for their generous support. Osum provides online corporate services, including accounting, corporate secretarial, and incorporation solutions in Singapore, Hong Kong, and the UK. They leverage AI and robots to enable companies to save time and money on administrative tasks. Thank you, Osum. Now, I want to thank you all again for being here. We hope you enjoy our program today. And without further ado, let's hear from our first startup.
Hello, and welcome to Penn Brothers. The coronavirus pandemic shook the world to its core. Teams could no longer meet face-to-face, and the shift towards building and managing teams remotely went from being hip and trendy to essential and mandatory over the course of just a few months. Even before the pandemic, hiring the best people was one of those constant problems that no one seemed to crack. It was always time-consuming, and startups just don't have the luxury of time. If you hire in your home country of the US, UK, Australia, or even Singapore, then salaries are extremely expensive. You could solve that by hiring in another country where there is high quality talent at lower cost, but understanding the local labor law and setting up a local entity is a massive headache. Here's our solution: an employment platform that allows you to build a team at the touch of a button in the Philippines, where the talent is outstanding and the cost is low, without having to go through the headache of setting up a local business. All this while contributing to bringing more exciting and fair employment opportunities to a country that really needs it. Win-win for everyone.
So here's how it works. First, you sign up on the Penn Brothers platform. Second, you tell us what positions you need, and a combination of our technology and recruitment team will shortlist and interview candidates. Third, once you're happy we have found the best people at the right costs, we employ them under Penn Brothers and set them up with everything they need to effectively work from home or a nearby co-working space, so they are ready to hit the ground running on day one. We'll also introduce them to the PB community, where we can immerse them in a culture of collaboration and innovation. Finally, you can then manage and scale the team throughout the same platform. From adding more people, renewing contracts, or simply reviewing invoices, you can manage your team the way things are done in the new normal from your sofa.
All these features, all in one platform. Your team will also have their own portal to manage anything that they need and engage with our community. So we would obviously argue that the Philippines has the best talent in the world. Sure, many places in Asia have incredible people, right? True, but one of the many things that sets the Philippines apart is soft skills, outstanding communication, and not to mention totally fluent English language. Talent alone is fine for a short project maybe, but when it comes to building teams, communication is vital. All this and still save 70% on salary costs, one of the heaviest components of your fixed cost cut down completely. This here is the Penn Brothers Edge, our tech platform complemented by personal service, positioned in the best country to build your remote team effortlessly. Plus, we are founders ourselves. We know what kind of people and culture startups need in order to attract, grow, and retain the best people.
We are very proud of our track record. We have 6 unicorn clients, startups from literally all over the world, a strong business model, a net promoter score of 57, and over 90% employee retention, resulting in outstanding culture. We are also honored to join the 500 Startups family and have been a partner of Enterprise Singapore for nearly 3 years. We've built teams for startup giants such as Carousel, Singapore e-commerce marketplace unicorn, and Hopper, a Canadian travel unicorn, who have just hired their 100th person with us inside of 1 year.
And we have such a diverse team to make all of this happen. Between us, we have a successful exit entrepreneur backed by 500 and Farfetch, a winner of Google for Startups, and corporate heavyweights with 80 years experience between them at institutions such as the United Nations, Harvard, and Wall Street. Our vision is to build outstanding remote teams and provide equal employment opportunities, impacting thousands of lives. We have barely scratched the surface and look to replicate the model throughout the globe through technology. So, enough talk and more action. We want to prove this to you and invite you to build your team with us. Reach out today to test out our platform and experience how easy it is to build your high performance yet cost-effective team without leaving your sofa. And that's Penn Brothers. Thank you for taking the time to hear our pitch, and we look forward to hearing from you.
Hi, my name is Taro Araya, and I'm co-founder and CEO at Goama Games. With the rise of super apps led by Alipay in China or similar like Paytm in India, Grab in Southeast Asia, Rappi in Latam, many apps are looking for the opportunity to own the majority of the time spent by users on mobile. These apps are strong in areas like payments, food delivery, cab hailing, and e-commerce. But in order to own the end user's time, they would need to drive engagement and provide their users with more compelling reasons why to come back. Gaming remains a key vertical on mobile. It represents over 40% of time spent in apps, and it's over 70% of all mobile revenues worldwide. Many super apps struggle to manage the gaming experience within their app. Complex content rights, ever-moving user experiences, and constantly evolving gaming technologies and trends, leading to a subpar gaming experience, hence the lower engagement from their players. Our solution turns any app into a gaming powerhouse. By allowing our partners to offer a seamless casual esports gaming experience, we help them boost engagement through social competitions and high quality gameplay. We also have real examples where we have reduced our partners' cost of acquisition by using the social sharing feature, where our players invite their own friends to come and play. We deliver a skill and income or entertain as a way to contribute to society. You will find us through our partners' apps. In this example, you can see our partner, super app Rappi, Latam's leading unicorn, where we are the exclusive game provider. Rappi is using our games in Latin America. You will find the games under the Rappi Games tab. Tap on it and you can access the prize tournaments available. Browse through the leaderboards and see your recent scores, and you can start playing high quality games to enjoy a chance to win. The gameplays are highly engaging, market tested, and will have you coming back for more. You can share the games with your friends via your most used messaging platform, in this case, WhatsApp, where you find your friends will get the deep link and access the games immediately to start playing. These are examples of how we drive engagement and acquisition for our partners. Other partners like Wave Money offer their tournaments where you can deduct your wallet entry fee, as you can see in our tournament entries in Myanmar, giving you access to view the leaderboards and test your skills to win. Similar gameplay experience is available in our other partners in Malaysia and other geographies. In Bangladesh, our partners Patao and Bcash are examples of paid and priced gameplays that are scaling. We can see an example of a coronavirus tournament, which we developed in conjunction with our partner, which led to donations from the players to the day-to-day front-end workers. All the content IP is majority owned and or licensed under a long-term fixed fee agreement. Our partner in India, Crickbus, where we are testing the ads-based revenue model, has engaging cricket gameplays during the tournament season as it happens. We have a complete multi-tournament platform focused on a first mover advantage strategy in emerging countries and de-risking customer acquisition based on a B2B2C model. We are live in 18 countries, and we have more than 2.4 million subscribers at the moment, monthly active users. And we're driving engagement for aspiring super apps like Rappi, Foodpanda, Boost Malaysia, Gcash, ClickBuzz, Wave Money, and Bcash, amongst others. We have seen our numbers go up 18 times in the last months since we launched specifically in February our new proposition. We continue to grow week on week. Our users love our platform. Over 70% of them have responded that they would recommend the service to their friends and family, giving us a Net Promoter Score of over 34 at the moment. Depending on the maturity of our engagement with our partners, we have 4 different models which we use. We have built a strong team. I'm a Japanese Colombian living in Singapore, having lived in 3 regions and set up several startups of high caliber teams, recognized as one of top 100 Colombians out of Colombia, together with my co-founder, Wayne, Chief Product Officer, an Australian who has extensive experience in digital product, having launched award-winning brand and customer engagement program, serving tens of millions of subscribers. Supported by a strong and growing 35-member team covering the markets where we live. Thank you. We are Goama Games, doing good through gaming.
Good afternoon. My name is Sergey, and I'm a CEO and co-founder at LonGenesis. At LonGenesis, our goal is to fully digitize patient engagement, identification, and enrollment in clinical studies worldwide. Let me guide you through the key numbers associated with clinical research. It normally takes $2 to $3 billion and 8 to 10 years on average for the new drug to actually reach the market. Now, more than half of these costs would be associated with clinical trials, where half of the clinical trial budget would be spent on patient recruitment and retention for these trials. Yet 86% of trials would actually fail to finish on time, which would result in an average loss of $5 million per day in unrealized revenue for an average pharmaceutical company because of the sales delay. Now, we've asked ourselves, why can't we use data to speed up these processes and digitize the processes of finding the patients and engaging the patients? Why can't study sponsors have the ability of centralized patient identification in multiple institutions at the same time? What we have found out is that data was very fragmented across clinical institutions worldwide and patient organizations for that matter as well. Besides that, the hospitals are normally not allowed or are very bad at showcasing the clinical data assets that they have to the sponsor community. The regulations are very hard to sync, and patient consent is normally not digitized, which means that you don't have the ability to digitally engage patients and enroll them in the clinical trial end-to-end and compliantly. Last but not least, cadence of patient recruitment is normally very slow because traditional CROs would use old school methods such as newspaper advertisements or recruitment over phones versus digital methods that are normally not adapted. Well, we have built our own 2-step approach to actually digitize this whole process end-to-end. We're using our 2 tools to make that happen, LonGenesis Curator and LonGenesis Themis. LonGenesis Curator is our central metadata platform that allows clinical institutions such as hospitals to onboard as data publishers and only operates with the metadata that is taken out of these clinical institutions in the anonymized format. That means that the actual clinical data never leaves the clinical institution, and the clinical institution, through their admin panel, is in full control of what type of data is being showcased to the sponsor community. The sponsors on the other end can use LonGenesis Curator to shortlist the patient cohorts of their interest and send direct enrollment requests straight to the clinical sites. LonGenesis Themis, on the other hand, is an API tool which offers fully digitized patient engagement service, compliant consent management, which is HIPAA and GDPR compliant, as well as real-world data generation and patient engagement real-time in a fully digitized format. Now, it all happens in 5 very simple steps. With step 1, data publishers would upload their anonymized metadata into LonGenesis Curator, which is rapid and would take only 1 to 2 days to upload the data associated with the whole chain of hospitals. With step 2, study sponsors can query the metadata from multiple sites all over the world and send direct enrollment requests straight to the clinical institutions if they see a cohort of patients that they see fit for their potential clinical study. Clinical sites would process the sponsor requests and would send TEMIS access codes straight to patients where patients could authenticate, sign, and manage their consent permissions. Now, all this process allows us to cut up to 70% of costs and time associated with patient recruitment and retention and identification in all three phases of clinical trial, which can result in up to $100 million actually saved in the scope of a big clinical study. We're focusing specifically on patient recruitment and retention market, which is a specific market niche of $3.2 billion annually, growing at 16% annually. And our business models are product specific, where OneGenesis TEMIS uses a standard SaaS business model, and OneGenesis Curator respectively charges royalty from study sponsors per patient actually onboarded in the trial, as well as fixed yearly subscription fees for the service. We have so far realized $220K in first 9 months of commercial operation in 2020, and we have governmental clients such as the government of UAE and the government of Latvia. Our consent management toolkit was already used in COVID phase 3 vaccine clinical trial in UAE, as well as for private sector. We have multiple study designs in the pipeline for big pharma and medical device companies. Our advisory board includes big names from academia, as well as former and active executives from the pharmaceutical industry. We are, all of us, a team of 14 people based out of Riga, out of Latvia, as well as out of Hong Kong. We're split between 2 jurisdictions, and we'll be very happy to share more about OneGenesis as well as our fundraising efforts and traction. Thank you.
Hi, I'm EJ, and we're from Ata Inc. Today, I'm going to present to you SmartMart, grocery delivery in 30 minutes. As we know, we are currently in a global pandemic. Ata started off as a travel startup, and due to this issue, we have to steer our business to a different direction. So we saw an increase in consumer behavior in the e-commerce industry. So that makes us think, what if we can make essential accessible to the general public? Our service is catered to people with busy lifestyles, so it's a cost and time effective solution. Everybody is looking for faster ways to get their essentials. So we thought, what if we can deliver groceries quick and safe? So introducing SmartMart, a delivery-based convenience store. SmartMart eliminates the cost of large shop rental and labor. So we don't have cashier staffs to display items and even replenishing of stocks. Instead, we invest all those in our delivery service. In terms of scalability, we have a tiny footprint using of old vacant office space as our warehouse. SmartMart also uses AI technology to increase efficiency and maintain the LTV. In terms of user acquisition, we are backed by Mitsui Fudosan, a real estate company, and MyNavi. Currently, SmartMart is operating in Minato City, and we are looking to expand to major Tokyo cities located at this map. So our monetization strategy is driving product sales, delivery fees, advertisements, and warehouse space rental. Our target audience is grocery shoppers and people that live in a high density area. This is our current app on iOS, and the goal is for the user to be able to purchase and get their delivery within 30 minutes. The global food delivery services has grown to $111 billion in 2020, and is expected to reach a global worth of $154 billion by 2023. So we saw the potential of us in the Japan market, and currently we are in testing phase, and we are looking to expand in major Japan cities. We saw a lot of articles in companies in the same industry as us, so we thought this would be a great opportunity for us to tackle the Japanese market. In terms of competitive analysis, SmartMart eliminates unwanted costs such as unsold items, a small warehouse, giving us, we are able to provide a competitive price close to the regular grocery stores nearby. And using AI technology, we are able to drive recommendation and also control of inventory. In future, we are looking to provide elderly support, being Japan has the highest elderly population in the world. So thank you. I'm EJ from Ata Inc. And if you'd like to reach out, please contact me via email. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Antonio Calia, CEO of Manet. Manet brings disruptive solutions to the tourism and hospitality industry focused on driving travelers' engagement via digital concierge service available on a fully customized smartphone. Our business idea arises from the need to replace old and unused hotel room landlines with a personalized device featuring unlimited worldwide calls and an unlimited internet connection, including a wide range of tourist services and contents. The solution is enriched with a cloud-based SaaS platform that allows hotels, vacation properties, and other travel players to produce higher sales revenues, to reduce costs, and optimize processes. Our business model is quite simple and is based on a monthly subscription per device and some additional monetization channels. These include the sale of premium features, like, for example, museum tickets or audio guides, and advertising. Manet was born in 2016, and so far we have already started to scale the European market with clients in 10 countries and more than 50 cities, including major chains such as NH Hotels, Radisson, Hilton, Marriott, Best Western, and much more. In 2019, we have shown a growth rate of 155% with around $1.2 million in revenues. At the beginning of 2020, our main goal was to replicate the high metrics achieved in Europe in the Southeast Asian market, following the bankruptcy of our main competitor, the billion startup Handy. As most of you may already know, following a stellar funding of $175 million, Handy scaled the market with very aggressive strategies, even distributing the service for free. This allowed them to reach 600,000 rooms in a very short period, but their scaling strategy, based almost exclusively on advertising monetization, led them to the financial collapse by the end of the last year. Handy's business has shut down all over the world, leaving a global business opportunity in our hands. Unfortunately, the pandemic outbreak has seriously affected the whole tourism and hospitality segment, preventing us from immediately approaching the market opportunities. However, during the COVID-19 crisis, we had the chance to build up our mobile app solution that allow us to offer the same services to tourists and accommodation facilities, even without the use of a physical device. In this way, we have been able to evolve our product and to introduce several innovative features in order to support accommodation facilities to manage all activities during the pandemic period. The main features involved in the app solution are focused on the changes in customer needs after the epidemic. In particular, we are talking about digital check-in, remote checkout and mobile room payment, direct-to-room technology integration, like, for example, Smart Key, and common areas and social distancing management tool, like, for example, the breakfast areas real-time bookings. Moreover, we are introducing the eSIM technology in our solution that allows tourists to get connected all over the world with just few taps on their own mobile device and surf the web for free within the Manet application. Finally, yet importantly, we have built an automatic tool thanks to which hospitality operators can create and autonomously activate their own customized mobile application in order to scale up the market once recovered. All these come from the commitment of a young, enthusiastic, and extremely engaged team of just 10 people, whereby 5 are co-founders. Thank you so much for your attention.
Hello, my name is Matt. During 500 Startups Acceleration Program and through numerous discussions with our mentors, partners, and clients, we decided to rebrand our mobile app from Cloudify to InSpay. InSpay is transforming video product placement into a measurable sales channel. Have any of you ever wondered where to buy products seen on TV? Well, InSpay is enabling you not only to find out, but to actually purchase them immediately through our app. The biggest problem of traditional media and linear advertising is a gradual decrease in budgets. And that is because a lot of advertisers do not see a direct link between TV advertising and online sales. Well, InSpay is about to change that now. InSpay creates the missing link between TV advertising and online sales by inspiring purchase decisions through high-quality content, which is in the heart of InSpay's DNA. We started from fashion category in 2019, expanded to home and garden in 2020, and will be adding beauty products in 2021. Let's look at the customer journey together. You watch your favorite TV show, notice InSpay advert in the break, download InSpay app, find products from the show, and get redirected to e-commerce to make a purchase. InSpay business model offers revenue stream to all stakeholders in the value chain. First, broadcasters become more relevant to their advertisers by directly impacting online sales. Second, InSpay gets its cut for providing user experience that has high impact on purchase decisions. Third, e-commerce shops receive very valuable leads that are coming with the intention to buy. Here I would like to share with you some of the most spectacular highlights from our 12 weeks cooperation with Discovery Media in Europe. Conversion from TV viewers to app downloads in our core target group is nearly 5%. Our user acquisition cost is 64 cents, which is roughly 3 times less than the average app user acquisition according to Statista report from 2019. During 12 weeks, InSpay was downloaded by 31,000 users, generated over 280,000 clicks to e-commerce stores. But what is the most astonishing is that 6.3% of those who came to our partner stores actually spend over $36 on average purchase. To sum it up, in 2020, we fine-tuned our product market fit with Discovery Media. In 2021, we focus on gaining traction through our existing deals in South Korea and European Union. And this is where we need $1 million of investment in acquiring 1 million users. And in 2022, we plan scaling in the USA. Our team has all necessary skills to boost this project to the next level. Patricia has been a managing director of Saatchi digital advertising agency in both Poland and Russia. Nick is a serial entrepreneur, very well connected to media industry. And I have marketing and sales experience from corporate, consulting, and own business ventures. Thank you very much.
Hello, everybody. This is Ricky. I am the co-founder and CEO of 30 Seconds to Fly. Our story is probably a little bit different from other startups. It started in 2015 when I had a lot more hair and ended in 2020 with a lot of burnout, pivots, big roller coasters, and less hair and many MacBook Pro versions later, we ended up with a good success being acquired by American Express GBT. So instead of the normal pitch, I would like to tell the story of the company. This actually started in 2014 when I met Feli in a Fulbright seminar, and we started another company called PickBite in New York. I thought that was a great team, so I convinced Feli to take her bazooka out again and go found another company. We incorporated 30 Seconds to Fly with the mission to provide a travel management solution, easy to deploy, cost-effective to small and medium businesses. With that vision, we got some funding, but in New York, that would have probably lasted 10 minutes and a half. So we decided to sail and go to the other side of the world to create a more cost-effective engineering team. And here we are. This has been a marvelous, fantastic, super dedicated engineering team. We also solidified our executive team. Adi Maurizio is our chairman, who brought his company to IPO in Silicon Valley. Martin, who was the CEO of a large travel management companies, and Rob, which is a stellar CTO. A year goes by, product market fit was not easy to find. Feli was showing flat encephalogram, but even without money in the bank, we managed to make a push, and we got into the JetBlue and El Al accelerator. With this, we got some good traction, and we got some more clients, and we were also able to close another round of funding. At that time, the valuation was about 3.5 million, and in total, we raised $1 million. So while we grew, we also saw our biggest competitor raising gigantic amount of money. And we saw Mezi, a company selling a similar technology to travel agencies, getting acquired. So we decided to make a pivot and attack the space that Mezi was in. And now we opened up our technology to large global travel agencies to reduce their operating costs and to increase the experience for their clients. Another year goes by. Again, we were about to run out of money. We ended up with only $4,000 in our bank account. But another big push, and we were able to close a round of another million at 9 million valuation cap, led by Flight Center, that spared me to go around this way, hiding my face. With that, we managed to pick up some nice momentum. We were invited in all conferences as the most innovative startup, to the point that we won Focusrite, which is the most prestigious award in travel innovation. And while Feli managed to got 100K from General Catalyst for this award, she also won the award for the most embarrassing phase. With this momentum, we were able to close 8 large travel management companies clients, which in total were transacting pre-COVID about $30 billion. And we were about to see a good projection in our recurring revenues. And then COVID hit. And now was the time in which I looked for acquisitions. Luckily, our team and our technology is pretty unique, and we were able to get different buyers bidding for our acquisitions. And in the end, we decided to sign a deal with American Express, GBT. That's it. Happy to answer any questions. Here are also our emails. Big hugs to everybody. Bye. Thank you.
Long before global pandemics dominated headlines, there existed another silent pandemic claiming tens of millions of lives a year. Non-communicable diseases such as cardiovascular disease and diabetes affect over 1 billion individuals in Asia, causing an economic burden of over $100 billion a year. Coupled with medical inflation rates that are among the highest in the world, there now exists a tremendous irony for insurers and employers who are paying more and more every year for care, yet people are getting sicker and sicker. While the existing healthcare model is effective at treating acute conditions, it is extremely ineffective at treating chronic conditions, which require long-term structured care. The existing healthcare model suffers from three key shortcomings. First, it is reactive and transactional, where patients seek care only really when they are sick. Secondly, increased specialization in the healthcare ecosystem means chronic disease patients typically do not get the multidisciplinary care they need. Thirdly, wellness programs tend to focus on activities rather than quantifiable health outcomes. And while the shift to telemedicine solves issues related to accessibility, it still does not solve these three key issues. At Naluri, we believe the future of chronic care management is a world where there is proactive and long-term structured care for patients that integrate both mental and physical health and focuses on outcomes instead of activities. Holistic lifestyle modification has proven to be extremely effective, but it is typically very expensive. Naluri solves this by digitizing the entire process to make chronic care as affordable as ever. We provide human-led, structured digital coaching to instill healthy habits in individuals and achieve quantifiable health outcomes. Naluri greatly improves the productivity of health coaches by shifting conversations to asynchronous, text-based chat to allow coaches to serve 10 times the number of patients than before, dramatically driving down the cost to serve, which is particularly relevant for emerging markets. Furthermore, the proprietary Naluri brain augments coaching effectiveness by using machine learning to personalize their coaching at scale. We help companies identify individuals who are at risk of chronic disease and intervene to get them healthy. The Naluri program has shown to be effective at improving health outcomes, both in physical and mental health markers, which reduce chronic disease risk and healthcare expenditure over the long term. Our programs have shown to have an ROI of between 4 to 8 times. And with this data, corporates and insurers are finally able to quantify healthcare expenditure savings and reprice their risk. We started in Malaysia 2 years ago and have quickly expanded to Singapore and Indonesia, where we have partnered with the largest corporates, insurers, pharmaceutical companies, and healthcare providers. Having recently hit our $1 million ARR milestone, we expect to continue growing 3 to 4 times year on year. We have assembled an incredibly experienced team who have built and IPO'd companies in the past, worked for the top consulting firms in the world, such as McKinsey & Company, and who have deep experience in healthcare, psychology, and tech. Here at Naluri, we have ambitious plans. Over the next year, our key goals are to, number 1, further validate the efficacy of the Naluri program through clinical trials. Number 2, build strategic partnerships with companies and expand geographically. And number 3, continue investing in the Naluri brain to further strengthen our IP. But most important of all is us staying true to our core goal, to help people achieve their healthiest and best selves.
All right, that's our show. Thank you everyone for joining us today. And to all the startups out there who are watching these and wonder how they can get involved, you can now apply for our global launch program at global-launch.500.co. One more time, that's global-launch.500.co. Just remember, applications close on February 26th. And to all of our attendees out there, we now have a virtual networking session which is going to start. So we'll see you in there. Thanks again for coming.